Here are the instructions on how to format your compiti. And I apologize for my voice, I have a little cold. Okay, number one, create a new document using Word. And here I'm going to teach you how to name each file. It's a very simple process. This is what you have to do. And here's the example using my name. Fabio dot 1 gennaio. So you will have to use your Italian name, dot, and then the due date in Italian, the number, the digit, and the month. All you need is your Italian name, dot, and then the compito due date. Compito, not compito, compito. In the example above, obviously, I'm using my Italian name, which is the only one I have, by the way, and the fictitious date of January 1st as an example. So you know how to save a file, of course. It's a little repetitive, but as the Latins used to say, repetita juvant. Repeating things helps. Chiaro? Is it clear? Molto bene. Now, how do you save the file? You know how to do it. I recommend that you put all your compiti in one folder so you will be able to find them. Save the files in one of these three formats. Doc, which is the old Word format, docx, which is after I think 2008, or RTF, which means rich text format. If you don't know the difference between the file formats or what a file format is, go on YouTube and you will find lots of videos that will teach you what the file formats are and how to access them. Attention for Mac users. There are so many different operating systems with Mac, depending on what machine you're using, that you probably will have to go on YouTube and check how to make sure that your files are saved with the extension. The extension is those 2 or 3 little letters, 3 or 4 letters that appear after the dot in a file name. So make sure that your files have the extension so that they can be opened by a Windows-based machine. Okay. I think I was going a little too slowly when I was typing. Okay. So first you give the name to the file and then you save it. And then you attach the file to an email message. What's very important is the subject that you use in the email message. In the subject you must write compito and then the due date. In this case, 1 gennaio, fictitiously again. So every time you send a compito, you name the file with your Italian name and the due date, and then in the subject you write COMPITO and the due date. The reason is that my email program is set up with filters, and it will pick up all messages that have the word COMPITO in the subject and automatically place them in a separate folder where I keep all the compiti that I receive from you. And now let's go to see how you are preparing the page for the compito. Very, very basic. You start at the top with your name, Italian name. If you want to add the last name, that's fine. Name and due date. Each compito that I'm going to give you is made out of several different tasks, separate tasks. Each task has a progressive number. What you do, you copy the text of the task, and then you give your answers. So let's say that task 1, I will ask you to write the correct articles in front of the following words, nouns. And here are the words: casa, madre, appartamento, studente. You're going to copy, retype, whatever it is, the text of the task, and then you're going to answer. That is not for me as much as it is for you, because many times I realize that students look at the task, and then when they start doing the exercise, they forget what they have to do, and they don't even bother to check. So there is a reminder to you. Consider that a compito may contain 5 or 6 different tasks for each exercise that you have to do, or even more. So it's important that you prepare everything. Now, here crucial, do not use any kind of what is called formatting. I don't want bullet lists. I don't want numbered lists. Do not use tables. Do not use columns. Do not use any fancy stuff, because when I have to make corrections, it gets very, very messy. If you've ever used Word extensively and you use formatting, you know how confusing and maddening it can be. So you will have to type everything. Another thing that is extremely important, you must retype the input. Okay, here an example of how you save the file at the end. And then you name the file, whatever. This is for my own sake, so I saved it with a different, file name. You know all of this stuff, right? So you've been through this before. And that's all you need to do.